All right, now to give us more perspective in terms of what is happening at this moment in the Ukrainian battlefields, we're being joined by Mr. Thomas Graham, who's a distinguished fellow at the Council on Foreign Relations, and is joining us live on this broadcast. Mr. Graham, this strike that has taken place within the Moscow region with a swarm of drones that were fired by the Ukrainians, what do you make of this Ukrainian strategy of hitting right at the heart of power in Russia?
Well, this is an important element of Ukrainian strategy. The effort is to bring the conflict to Russia in an effort to demoralize the Russian population and also to degrade Russia's military capabilities. The drone attacks should be seen in conjunction with the recent effort by the Ukrainians to seize territory in the Kursk Oblast in Russia, to hold on to that territory. Also another element of an effort to bring the conflict home to Russia.
Now, how do you see Russians responding to an attack such as this? Because this, of course, will be seen as a huge humiliation for the Russians. And how will they respond?
Well, I don't think that we're going to see an hysterical response on the part of the Russians. There have been attacks before. The Russians have taken it rather calmly up to this point. And in fact, public opinion polling has shown before this recent attack that Ukrainian efforts inside Russia, the Kursk invasion in particular, have only consolidated support for Putin to continue his struggle against Ukraine.
Right. Now, one of the logic that was put forth, the reason as to why Ukraine resorted to that very high-risk strategy of carrying out its incursion into Kursk, was to try and force Russia to release some of its pressure within the Donbas region. But that quite clearly has failed. So what does Ukraine intend to achieve by targeting Moscow directly like this?
Well, again, it's an effort to raise Russian concerns about the conflict, also to demonstrate to Moscow that Ukraine can, in fact, reach as far as Moscow with its drone attacks. And the hope is that this will create some degree of concern, perhaps not panic, but greater concern within the Russian capital about the course of this conflict, and that would eventually lead the Kremlin to turn towards negotiations or a ceasefire of some sort. That said, it doesn't appear to have had that impact so far.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Thank you very much indeed, Mr. Thomas Graham, for joining us and getting us that perspective there. For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.